is in a different perspective or in a different lens. We all know, right? We are all alumni of the CTA, and in this certification, I really learned a lot in different perspectives of technical analysis because most of the traders tend to go wrong when they're using the technical analysis. This is very common when you're trading the financial markets and you're basing your strategy 100% on the technicals. Okay, that's the very foundation of trading. And before you proceed to other strategies, you really need to go to the technical perspective one. So I'll share my slides, okay, so that we can discuss it further. And later we will have some, yes, we will have some, okay, we will have some live charts later. Okay, so okay, I will paste the current share. Oh, okay, there you go. So I'll share my screen. Okay, so this is my presentation all about demystifying technical analysis. And guys, I will tell you, in our academy, WizKid Academy, we have a different lens, a different perspective in trading. So, well, we are typically heavily focused more on the, the technical perspective and more on the macroeconomics one. But right now, we will focus more on the technical side. Okay, so this is the most common problem as a trader. Okay, so before we start, you know me already, so I will not discuss this anymore. So the common technical analyst mistakes is you are using the wrong indicators or tools. Okay, you are not understanding the market mechanics. So what do I mean to say using the wrong indicators or tools? It's like you are barking, no? You are barking the wrong tree. So that's the reality. Why? Okay, when you're barking the wrong tree, you're using different, let's say, different tools in different problem. And kumbaga sa Tagalog nga po, no, hindi siya nagkakalapat. Let's say you use screwdriver para sa isang certain na pako na hindi naman sila compatible, right? Or let's say you're using a double A battery sa 3A battery slot. So it's wrong, 'di ba? So that's the most common problem. And they thought, okay, using moving average or using Elliott wave will surviving the markets. No, no. You really need a lot of indicators, tailor fit to your strategy, to your personality, and to the market. Okay, so number two is not understanding the market mechanics. This is very common in the book of Technical Analysis Explained by Martin Prin, no? Because if you don't know the market mechanics, the market cycles, you don't know the market structure, then what will happen to you? You will eventually get lost and destroyed by the market's force. Why? Because we all know the markets will remain irrational until you are liquidated. Because the markets really don't care on us. The markets really care on the liquidity. And the markets really care on the emotions. Okay, so right now, we all know in the financial markets on the recent tariff announcement by President Trump, and it backtracked after a while on the Greenland deal right now. So, well, psychology or the market's behavior is the biggest key. It's like you're fearful for a day, a week, and next week you are greedy. The markets are in a good mood. So this is one of the common mistakes actually. It's like disregarding the market's behavior. And guys, don't worry, in our discussion right now, I will just simplify the explanation in the Elliott wave. No, I will not discuss everything or I will not dive deep into it, but I will just explain in layman's term or just a wide lens view or just a macro view why I'm using Elliott wave and what is my point in demystifying the technical analysis. And guys, I will tell you, you don't need to know everything. Okay, you don't need to know everything, know all the indicators. Just take note which tools or the right tools, indicators or tools that is suitable for you, your behavior, your personality, and in the market. And ito rin po, no, one of my common problem natin ito before is there is no proper trading time frame. Okay, so there's a conflicting forecast. Why? Aminin natin o hindi, di ba? When we started trading before, we like swing trade. Swing trade, long term, okay, long term money, lesser risk, but we are tempted to adjust our take profit, right? We are tempted to adjust our stop loss because we want to chase short-term gains or short-term alpha. So guys, so I will tell you, this is a different perspective din kasi na, well, common problem ito na I want a long term, but I was tempted in the short term gains because I am anxious that if the markets go reverse in mine, then okay, I will lose all my alpha or my gains. So that is the very common mistakes. Okay, there's no proper trading time frame. And okay, lastly is the weak risk management. Why? Because we disregard everything. That's the main reason of that. But this is guys my personal indicators. Okay, so this is just basic. No, this is a basic knowledge. This is a common knowledge. But I know most of the traders lose. Okay, most of the traders actually, guys, I will tell you, lose a lot of money and cannot cope up with this, cannot follow this one religiously. Okay, why? Because my personal indicators is just very simple, right? Or simple. I will tell you. Napakasimple lang po ito. We don't want to complicate things. That's what we learned in the CTA, right? You just pick the right tools you need and that's suitable for you. So, my personal indicators are, it can project me what will happen by short, medium, and the long term. Kaya we all know, guys, macroeconomics is good. Fundamental analysis is good. Sentiment analysis is good. Being a quant trader is good. But the question there is, okay, the very biggest question you will encounter, where should I put my stop loss and my take profit? The fundamentals cannot answer that, right? It can be answered by using technical analysis. Where should I put my stop loss? Where should I put my take profit? Where should I enter? Where should I exit? Where can I hold on? Okay? And my indicators must give me a good anchor in the markets. It's like it's giving me a good refresh, okay? A good anchor or like it's like a good reset if everything in my strategy goes wrong. Okay, 'di ba guys, no? Press 1, no? Kung naranasan niyo rin ito na in trading the financial markets kasi, may time na you use a lot of indicators. Yung ginagamit mo na indicator for the past 3 to 4 months or 6 months, it's very profitable. But what happened the next month? The markets doesn't follow your indicators anymore, right? It moves south or in a different way. So, well, that's normal, okay? I want an indicator that is flexible and can give me a quick adjustment in the market. And yeah, as like what I said kanina, no, useful in different market environments. And it provides me a lot of clarity. Okay, so this is very common, guys. When you're starting a business, you're starting your career, you're starting your empire, you're starting your in the industry, you must have a clarity. Okay? What it's like you're asking yourself, what am I 3 to 5 years from now? No, kung ano ba yung ako 2 to 3 years from now? What can I see myself? O may nagsabi rin na hindi. I can see myself, I don't know, basta ito, at the moment, I know what I'm doing. Di ba? Tama naman yung sagot na yun. And lastly is, it can understand the market behavior. Okay, we all know, yeah, maraming indicators. moving average, Bollinger Bands, Ichimoku Kinkuhaya, meron pa yun, mga Renko, di ba? Marami pa yun, mga Heiken-Ashi, Parabolic SAR, meron pa tang zigzag na indicator, stochastic, RSI, marami pa yan eh, volume, but find the common denominator of it. Para saan ba siya ginagamit? Yun yung lagi yung iintindihin. Para saan ba siya ginagamit? Or baka hindi siya suitable sa ganitong panahon. Okay. That's why, sa akin guys, I chose Elliott Wave Principle kasi ito yung mga pinaka main reason ko. Okay? So, it measures the mass emotion of traders. Kasi sa chart kasi guys, diba, doon mo kasi makita if ano yung pagbabago, nagpapanik ba sila, are they aggressive, are they bullish, are they bearish, do they stay out in the markets, or they are good in risking a lot. So doon mo kasi makita sa chart yan. But without pattern, without rules, without a chart, hindi mo madetect. Parang ganito guys, you look in the stars above. Sabi nga nila, ano yung between, di ba? So, if there's no pattern, we cannot understand it. Ano yan? Star. Example, 18, 50, 24. It's just a number, but it doesn't have a meaning. Di ba? Ganun yun eh. But sa Elliott Wave kasi, may nabuong pattern, may nabuong rules, dahil sa emosyon ng mga traders. Sabi nila, parang sinabi ko kanina, the stars, okay? Parang constellation, di ba? May mga maraming pattern yan eh, di ba? Constellation, may pattern, may meaning yan, di ba? Ganon. So, ganon din ng Elliott Wave. And guys, it's fun ha. Fun fact, alam nyo guys, itong Elliott Wave na principle, it was developed in hindi naman siya ancient times, no? Like, earlier, wala pa tayo. So, panahon pa ng, we are still under the Spaniards. Diyan na po nabuo yung Elliott Wave principle. Okay, so, those were the days. But, alam di ba guys, originally, the technical analysis before, it's like you're doing a witchcraft. It's like before kasi it's not yet high-tech. That's not automated before. Like, parang ano yung ginagawa nila, XO, di ba? May naka-ledger yan. Alam yan ng mga mga legendary traders natin sa PSE. They know that. Kasi ganun pa dati. And before kasi guys, puro fundamentals talaga yung mga traders noon. Kaya kung meron silang alam na chika, no? May alam sila na, let's say, new idea, or new technique, or may bago silang kachismis nga lang, hindi pa confirmed, the markets are pricing in na ganun dati. But right now kasi, we have a lot of sophisticated algorithm. But I believe, they don't move randomly. Okay? They move with a rhyme. Diba? May emotion niya. Okay? So ngayon, ang gagawin natin guys, we will identify the pattern. And guys, huwag po kayong mag-alala. Hindi ko i-discuss lahat, sa akin lang, just to give you a heads up, what does Elliott Wave mean? And bakit ito yung ginagamit ko? Okay? Next, ayan. So, think Elliott Wave, it's like a broccoli. Okay? It's like, small patterns can be associated with big patterns. Diba? Let's say, yung broccoli. Bumili ka ng isang broccoli, tapos hinati mo sa 4, hinati mo sa 5, hinati mo sa 6, still broccoli. Tapos hatiin mo pa ulit yan, yung isang balik, hatiin mo na ulit. Ganun yun. Meron na namang broccoli, pero mas lumiit. So, think it as this way, na ganun din ang Elliott Wave. Kahit pinaliit mo na pinaliit, ilagyan mo na ng numbers, you put everything, anong mangyayari sa'yo? Diba? What will happen to you? Well, sabi na, you will get crazy numbering everything. So ano ba yung tamang way to number the Elliott Wave? Ayan, yan ang natin mamaya. Tapos paano ba to, Joseph? Nakakalito, ang daming numbers. How can we process it? And kahit paano ngayon we just understand, okay? understand at interpret kahit di mo na tayo magsulat. Ganun. At least, before in this session ends, goal kasi natin, ay ma-interpret na. Ganyan lang pala kadali yung Elliott wave. Diba? Ganun gagawin natin ngayon. Okay. Yan. Elliott wave is like this. Simple lang, no? Remember sa Elliott wave, parang kamay nyo yan. Let's say, daliri. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Ganun lang. Wala naman siguro kayo nakitang sa Elliott wave na number 6, di ba? Number 7. That's not complicated, I will tell you. 1 to 5 is fine, guys. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tapos A, B, C. Siguro kung may nakita kayong letters, no? A, B, C, D, E, X. X lang, no? X. Tapos minsan may, wala pala. Walang Y. X lang. X kasi dugtong lang ano yun eh. Parang connection yun pag may X. At kadalasan, ganun lang. A, B, C, D, E, tas X. Simple lang. Wala tayong ibang alphabet na gamitin or numbers. Tandaan niyo yan. It's very easy to understand. Okay, so these are the rules in the Elliott wave kasi we follow rules and we follow psychology. Remember, trade only the pattern that gives you a pattern. May pattern. Maghanap ka daw, example, currency sa FX. Sa foreign exchange, wala ka nakitang ganang pattern, skip. Even the stock companies, wala ka naman nakitang may Elliott wave na pattern na may nabubuo, no? There's no pattern created, then skip it. Even the cryptocurrency markets. So, skip it. Find an asset class or a chart that resembles almost the same in the Elliott wave. Yan. So, these are the rules. Number 1, wave 2 must not go beyond wave 0. So, it's like, it must not go below the starting point. Yun lang yun. Wala namang problema kahit malapit na siyang, di ba? It almost touched the bottom, it's fine. But it went below the bottom, oh no, that's not wave 2 anymore. It's like, try again. Yun lang masasabi ko. And, of course, wave 3 must be the longest. Okay, that's the very good rule. It must be the longest kasi the longest, it means the optimistic one, the strongest one. Okay, everything hype is there. Okay, let's chart Bitcoin later so that you can find out why. Okay, wave 3 must be the longest, no exception. Kumbaga, pag yung wave 3 po, no, pag yung wave 3 bansot, we disregard that. We might tell that is an extension, not a wave 3. Okay, gets? Okay. And of course, wave 4 must not go below wave 1. Okay, so mayroon tayong mga Fibonacci ratio sa sunod-sunod din. But it must not go below wave 1. And wave 5, of course, kahit magpantay yung wave 3 at wave 5, okay lang yon. Ibig sabihin ng failure, but it's fine. Okay lang yun, guys. Basta importante yung wave 3, wag lang talagang umikli si wave 3. Yun lang, guys, yung masasabi ko, no? And ito, when we base it on the psychology, ganito po yung mangyayari. Yan. Look on this one. Wave 0, extreme pessimism. What does it mean? Parang nangyari sa Bitcoin nung around September 2022. I know it went down a lot, but no one is buying Bitcoin around September. I really know that. Kasi maraming mga bad news, no? Bad fundamentals na nangyari nung panahon na yun. Okay? So, after that, wave 1, ayan, recovery from lows. And majority, guys, ano ba yung psychology dyan ng mga bearish one? Ay, wala pa yan. Retracement lang yan. Parang they called it a dead cat bounce, but we call it a good one. Okay? A good starting point. Wave 2, that's common retracement. Okay? Wave 3, this is where you notice talagang lahat tumataas na, everything went up, yung tipong kahit sa moving average, konting dip lang, it's fine, yeah, it goes up. wave 4, ayan, there's a sudden retracement. Talagang, ayun. Or let's say, sudden disappointment. Akala ko si Bitcoin naabot ng 200,000. Bakit tong last year nag-close siya ng 95K, no? Oh, masakit yun, di ba? Masakit yun. And wave 5, this is the extreme optimism na, okay, yeah, let's don't stop the party, no? Let's party till the morning. Ganun yung pananaw ng mga nasa wave 5. It's like you are very euphoric on that part. And alam natin guys, the party must end. Okay? Good times must end. Kaya in reality, ABC, that's the correction. But guess ano yun ha? That's by nature. Nature talaga yan. Kahit tumingin pa kayo kahit saan, you know the economic cycle, it's nature guys. I will tell you. Kaya ano yan, yan ang ina-expect natin ngayon. So, yan guys that's how we treat emotion. Kaya kung titignan nyo to, ikumpara natin. Let's compare this chart to this chart, okay? Look on that. Di ba? Una, disbelief. Wave 0. Di ba? Wave 0 yun, disbelief. Hope. Yan. Hope is, ano yung hope? Wave 1. Yan. Tapos, wave 2, ayan, medyo nag-ranging lang. Ayan. Wave 3, dito na darating optimism, relief, thrill, euphoria, ayan. Diyan na mag-iisip mo, I'm the genius in the markets. Hindi ako natatalo. I'm not losing, no? I can change the world. Ilan yung mga that's how the psychology of the talagang pag hindi ka natatalo, no? But isa lang guys yung masabi ko. Isa lang talaga masabi ko. Meron kayo napapansin? Hawig, 'di ba? Hawig sila guys, no? Hawig yung nakikita ko sa market. Nakita sa relative, halos same lang din ng pattern. So, if we will translate in the markets guys, ganun lang yun. That's how we trade that. Ganun lang guys ang ganun lang po yung Elliott Wave principle. Madali lang po, no? It's easy. But, ayun, okay. I'll answer that later. Later, we will have a live charts later and magsasample po ako ng drawing so that we can relate everyone here. Diba? Ganyan. Okay, so ganyan po yung example ng Elliott Wave. And mamaya, magbibigay tayo ng mga live examples para mas maintindihan natin further and let's simplify it. Ayan. And ito guys, mamaya i-discuss ko to. Ano naman yung mga purpose nito? Bakit may mga Fibonacci levels? The purpose of this one, actually, di naman talaga nasusunod to most of the time eh. Ang kadalasan talaga guys na nasusunod, itong retracement, yung number 2, number 4. Based on our experience guys. Pero yung wave 1, wave 3, at wave 5, hindi talaga kadalasan nasusunod yan sa numbers. No, hindi talaga. Kasi bakit guys? Marami na kaming nakitang analysis din before, lumalagpas ng 1%. Lumalagpas ng 1.618 yung golden ratio. May lumalagpas talaga, talaga sobrang hype, no? Nag 2.6 pa. Yung mga Axie Infinity days, no? Those were the days na grabe. Mataas po lahat. Okay, so mamaya we will have a live example about this one. And ganito, we all know Elliott wave theory is complex, but ito guys before tayo mag-start sa live example, take note on this one. Okay? Take note guys. Remember, hindi mabubuo ang isang wave, okay? Let's say, sorry, an Elliott wave count cannot be formed kapag hindi nabuo yung 1 to 5. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? You can call it one count. Okay, ganun Simple as that. Kasi, pag ang Elliott wave count mo hindi lumagpas ang 5, 2 lang, 3, kulang 'yun, 'di ba? Dapat may history siya nanggaling and you can count it. So, that's how Elliott wave is formed. And mag-example muna tayo ng chart 'no, kasi kung dediretso agad tayo sa degrees, naku medyo ano 'yan, madugo yung ano natin. So, guys, when you're using Elliott wave principle, mas maganda po gawin yung bar chart yung chart, 'no? Gawin isang bar chart, tapos ginagawa namin diyan, ginagawa naming white, 'yan. Para ma-feel mo talaga yung wave, 'di ba, yung ahon, yung ano talaga ng market, 'yan. Ma-feel at saka guys, remember Elliott wave, puwede rin guys ang Elliott wave kapag ini-inverse mo, puwede yun. Nakakalito lang sa umpisa. Puwede yun mga reverse Elliott wave, that's possible too. But para mabilis, punta tayo sa Bitcoin. Yan, crypto, dito tayo. Let's go to the daily time frame. Yan, daily time frame tayo guys, no? And let's look on this chart. Let's go to the monthly chart of Bitcoin. Okay. Ito po yung tanong mo po kanina, eh, how can we know na this is the wave 1? When counting kasi, you can add that 1. Yan. Puwede yan. Hmm. Okay, tapos next nito, number 2. Bakit number 2 ito? This was the law of 2019. Puwede dito, puwede diyan. O diyan na lang. Tapos wave 3 ito, 2021. Kasi malakas yan, eh. Wave 4, binagsak, ta's ito, wave 5. Yan, wave 5 siya. Tapos mabubuo mo na yung isang count mo, you can call it, yan, tataas na yung rank niya, yan. Makakabuo ka na ng isang count. O ito yung tanong, bakit naging ganyan? Oh, bakit na-promote yun? Bakit may 1 ulit? Ganito siya guys, that's what you call a degree. Okay, that was called degree, so parang ranko. Kasi guys, sabihin natin 'no, you're just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But without labeling kung saan siyang group, saan siyang seniority galing, you will get lost in the market. Kasi kahit saan naman ang 1 puwede. Pero 'pag hindi nabuo yung number 1 na 'yan, 'di ba, hindi ano, wala, magulo, 'di ba, magulo. Tapos after nito, you can put A, yan na yun, A, B, ayan, C, yan. Tapos this is number 2, yan. So guys, ano lang 'to, sample lang yan, yan. Yan ang example ng Elliott wave po 'no, tingnan. Ganyan lang siya ka-simple. Coffee tayo guys kasi I love ano, eh, I love Dinkling coffee right now. Okay. So, yan, ganun po yung example ng Elliott wave. Okay, ito yung tanong, what does it mean? Ano ibig sabihin, bakit may parang ano, may parang Roman numerals? O ganito yan guys, ganito. Kasi po sa degrees kasi, dito yung continuation ng ating discussion. Kasi yung Elliott wave po, may mga degrees yan o yung ranking. Okay, so 'pag Roman numerals po, kadalasan ganito yan, sa mga matataas yan na time frame. Yung mga senior, 'di ba, seniority, ayan. Yan, yan yun. Tapos, yan yung mga super cycle, yan, grand super cycle. Yung super cycle, ayan, ganyan. Tapos paliit po yan guys ng paliit, yan. Ta's gano'n din, primary, intermediate, ganyan. Tapos hanggang ano, hanggang small na Roman numerals. So ganyan po yung pattern niyan, okay? Ayun, okay. Let's answer that later. That's good, no? That's good. So, ganito guys yung ano, ganyan yung degree ni Elliott wave. From malaki to maliit. Ganyan po ranking niyan. Start with a capital letter na Roman numeral, then from yung Indo-Arabic number and small small Roman numeral number ganyan. And ito yung tanong, no? Should we start in the monthly time frame before going in the higher time frame? Yes. The answer there is correct. Sa malaki po tayo. Why? Kasi po, remember, itong maganda kasi sa Elliott wave, macro siya. It's a macro indicator for me. Kasi maganda kasi sa Elliott wave, nakikita mo yung chart in a long-term perspective. At saka you will not get lost. Kasi po, mas stable kasi ang charts. And as an investor, as a long-term investor, mas nakikita mo yung clarity when you look in the largest time frame. So, ganyan po yung ano natin, no? Okay? Ganyan po yung pananaw natin. So, start from big to small. Kasi, if you start from small time frame, then, tataasan mo po, you will get lost. Kasi pwede mong sabihin, no? Dito ka sa number 1, dyan, 1, 2. Tapos pag pinalaki mo yan, iba pala meaning. Iba pala meaning sa higher. So, you tend to confuse yourself, di ba? Kaya, sa huge time frame. At saka po, lalo na, sa mga mahilig po mag-trade ng macroeconomics, no? You're trading in the bank, you're trading in the institution, I will tell you guys, malaking tulong itong Elliott wave. Katunayan, just look on our US 10-year yield. Ito, matagal ko na to na chart pero nakita niyo to, di ba? O, katunayan. This is also our barometer when you're trading in the institution. Kasi we all know, right guys, if the yield goes up, lumipad yan, so there's something wrong with the interest rate. Di ba? Pero buti nga ngayon yung yields ng US medyo lang, medyo flat. So that's good. And alam ko nag-chart ako ng nakita nito guys. Nag-relative lang kami ng gold last year. Ayun, nalagpasan ng wave 5 ko. Last year 'yan. Nag-charting lang kami last year. Kaya yun din guys, no. Malaking tulong siya if you start in the daily. Saka po o sa higher time frame kasi kung if you entering the market, madali ka na lang po makapasok. Kasi ito yan ang chart ngayon. Gawin mo mang daily time frame, hindi ka maliligaw. Oh, yan. Kasi ito hindi na to letter A Na ano na to number 2 na yan Tapos ito actually, binubuo niya ulit tong wave 3. Yan. Binubuo niya ulit tong wave 3. Kaya bullish ako sa gold. Bullish talaga ako sa gold ngayon. Okay, yan guys ang example ni Elliott wave. Start in the long time frame to the short. Yun yung pinaka the best. Para makita mo ng buo. Okay, yan guys That's the degree. But ito din, meron din tayong tinatawag sa Elliott wave kasi guys na dalawang perspective. Dalawang types of wave. Meron tayong impulse and meron tayong corrective. Impulse guys yan mabilis. Yan ang mababalitaan mo sa Bloomberg, no? You will see in the Bloomberg, gold went up to all-time high of 4,800 ounce. Yan. Kadalasan impulse yan. And impulse, pwedeng biglaang lipad or pwede siyang maging extension. Or ang impulse, pwedeng mabuo ang wedge. Yan. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng impulse. Basta mabilis. Palipad. Isang direction. Magulat ka, biglang sirit. That's the impulse one. But the corrective one is a different thing. your enemy in the corrective wave is the time. Kasi hindi mo alam kung hanggang kailan babagsak o hanggang kailan mananatili yung market na ranging. Diba? So, ganun siya guys, okay? Ganun po yung magiging ano mo dyan, yung pananaw mo dyan sa corrective waves. It takes time, pwedeng years. Ano yung magandang example nito? Alam nyo ba yung Japanese yen? Diba yung dollar yen? Yan, dito tayo. Nag-elitive ako dati nito eh. Yan. Actually, gawin natin monthly to. Baliktad kasi siya eh. So, hindi tayo pwede mag-ano. Simulan na lang natin dito. Ito din. Ito din pala kanina. Yung rule din sa Elliott wave. Example. Sa pagbubuo po ng ano niya, ng pattern, example ito, hindi siya tumugma. Wag na yan. Na-break yung pattern. Wag mo na pakinggan yan kasi anong pattern yung nabubuo natin dito, di ba? 1, 2, 3. Sabihin na natin ganito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Magulo, di ba? Kahit sabihin mo, alanganin tong wave 3 kasi dapat ito yung mahaba, di ba? So, walang pattern na nabubuo. So, gawin natin guys. Dito na tayo mag-start sa latest. Bakit dito? Bakit dito ng 2012? Kasi dyan natin napansin, may nabuong wave 1, okay? Wave 1, wave 2, then pataas na. But ito ulit, may tanong ulit, di ba? Kanina, paano ko malalaman ng wave 0, wave 1, at saka wave 2? Kung legit talaga na wave 1 na siya or wave 0 siya. Actually guys, I will tell you, to be honest, we will just know the wave 0 and the wave 1 kapag nangyari na. Okay, kadalasan kasi guys, mga Elliott wave practitioners to, I will tell you the truth, kadalasan po sa mga practitioner ng Elliott wave kasi, we tend to enter kapag may nakita na kami path. Example, wave 0. Yung palang nakikita namin, di namin tinitrade yan. Example, nag-wave 1. Ano pa kami niyan? That's not the right time yet to enter. Saba kami tamang entry na pumasok? Pag nagkaroon na po ng breakdown. Yan. Breakout pala, sorry. Di ba, yung from here, magkaroon ng breakout, diyan ka na bibili. O, diyan ka na mag-execute ng trades mo. Okay? So, that's how we do it. But in short, you cannot know the wave 0 and the wave 1 kapag hindi pa siya nangyari. Dapat mangyari na siya before mangyari yung ganito. So, ito, tignan nyo to. Matagal, napansin nyo, matagal yung correction ng Japanese yen. Napansin nyo from 2015 hanggang 2021. Ang tagal niyan, di ba guys? Ang tagal niyan. Ang tagal niya, tapos ngayon, ang dollar yen, lumipad na ulit. So, guys, by looking on this perspective kasi, diba? Ang kalaban mo lang talaga sa correction, it's the time. Okay? Sa corrective kasi, pwedeng zigzag. Tandaan nyo to, 535, 335. Actually, guys, sa numbers lang yan sila nagkaiba. Pero, isipin niyo ang corrective waves, ganito lang yan. Okay? Think this way, na ang corrective letters A, B, C. But the impulse numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yan guys, ibig sabihin ng impulse wave. Okay? Yan po yung pinagkaiba ng dalawa. Ganyan. Yan po yung main difference between the two. Kaya wag mo kayo malito ha. Ganyan yan. Okay, ganyan yung impulse and corrective waves. And ngayon, we will have a lot of live charts para kahit pa paano guys, maintindihan nyo yung setup ng Elliott wave. Okay, share na ako ng slide. Kasi that's the that's the fastest way, no, to learn Elliott wave is to look the practitioners, what are they doing? Ba, yun yung pinakamabilis kasi. And guys, no, I will tell you po na nagagamit ko 'to kahit saang perspective when I'm forecasting in the markets, no, 3 years from now kasi I have certification in treasury professional. We are monitoring the money market. We are monitoring the bond market din and in the credit spread. Marami yun, marami kami monitor. Even in the PSE, we all know the PSE is not doing well. And of course, our beloved peso dollar rate. No, marami ring use case scenario itong Elliott wave. And I will tell you guys, Elliott wave really saved my life. Siguro nung pre-pandemic. Ito, share ko sa inyo yung ano ko, PSEI. Yan. 'Di ba nakita nitong ano ko 'no? Hindi pa rin nagbago yung count ko. Pero mali na 'to, 'di ba guys? Mali na 'to. Hindi na 'to wave 3 in progress kasi napansin 'di ba bumagsak na. So, this is invalidated. 'Pag ganyan guys, 'wag na 'yan. Recount ka. Hmm. Recount yung magandang gawin. Kasi tignan niyo 'to, oh, 'di ba? Yan, saksi yung chart sa akin. This was the PSE few years ago, 'di ba? Kung kita na 'yan. Ito yung early ano, 97, bumagsak nung 2003, ta's yung global financial crisis, oh, lumipad. Wave 4 and guess ito, ito din. Yung wave 5 po, puwede rin siyang, the wave 5, it can also be in wedge, kadalasan. Then after that crash na, A, B, C. So ganito, I am bullish still in the PSE, but not at the moment. I am bullish in the long run. Kasi dito kasi, dito na-extend lang yung yan, na-extend lang po yung ano niya, yung ano, yung corrective pattern niya. It's still not done yet. Ayan. Ayan lang po yun, C, D, E, na-extend lang. Okay, sige po. What's your question po 'no? You raise hand, ayan. Tama ba? You raise hand po 'no? Okay, so yan. This is the example po of an electric pattern, yan. Ganyan. Ito yung alam ko all-time low 'to nung pandemic 'no? It really saved my life kasi bakit guys? Kasi noon, nung 2020, I was still young that time. Majority of the analysts kasi, they are bullish in the PSE by 2020. But for us, counterintuitively, by using the Elliott wave principle, okay, that Elliott wave actually guys saved my life kasi kaysa mag-accumulate ako ng assets during that time, I sold a lot. And naku, and I purchased it at the bottom of the market. Kaya we're very happy no'n kasi malaki po yung naitipid ko. It's because of the Elliott wave pattern. Kaya nga lang, after the pandemic, the PSE still in the corrective wave. Wala pa. But ang tanong, okay, I was thinking kasi guys, ito, I was thinking dito sa PSE, ang tanong, how should I enter? Yan. Yan ang magandang tanong. How can I enter in this pattern? Okay? Ayun. Sure, sir. Sir James, good afternoon. I'll answer that later. Okay? Ito po yung ginagamit namin. Aside in the elective principle, actually personally, I am using pivot points. Actually, I really love this indicator. So totoo lang guys. Kasi lalo na lalo ng ano, lalo na when I'm tracking in the markets in the long run. I love this one. So actually hindi ko magamit ng pivots kapag nasa monthly time frame. But kasi ang maganda kasi guys sa pivot points kasi static yung support and resistance, and it gives you, actually guys, it gives you a lot of perspective, lalo na kung intraday trader ka. At least meron kang, alam mo, may potential ka na support and resistance. So you can really use that. Pwede po 'yon. Tsaka po guys, ito 'yon, Elliott Wave Principle po. Ito yung mga final reminders ko din. Elliott Wave Principle po is used in medium to long term siya na perspective. Kaya kung napansin niyo po, dinisenyo ng Elliott Wave sa stock market talaga, sa equities market. Tapos na-adapt na lang sa crypto, currency, na-adapt sa money market, sa commodities, and sa currencies. Kung dun na siya guys na-adapt, okay? Gano'n yung ano ko diyan. Kaya sa akin, kung ako ay practitioner ni Elliott Wave, I might enter dito na siguro, 7.6, 'di ba? Diyan sa breakout, for me lang, stop loss ko dito, malaki na yung 5.3. Masakit 'yan. Kahit siguro dito sa kalahati, 'yan, mga nasa 7K. Tapos take profit mo mga nasa 10K. Sarap 'no? How I wish, but it is possible. Walang imposible sa charts, okay? So 'yan yung ano, 'yan yung sample 'pag nagte-trade ka, okay? Next naman, ito. I know 'no, most of us can relate in this one. Okay, dito naman tayo sa gold, 'yan. Punta tayo sa gold na 1 hour time frame. Kasi guys, paborito ko rin talaga yung gold. I love to trade gold personally. But I am using indicator of this one. Ito, simple na 'to ginagamit ko, eh. Yan. Naka-pivot points ako tapos daily. Yan. Kasi 'pag tinignan mo yung ano, yung daily chart kasi, yan, meron akong guide. So, there's a possibility that the gold price right now, it may hover at this level, nandiyan na siya maglalaro. Or unless may non-farm payrolls mamaya o meron mang economic data ng US later, we don't know. But at least ako, I'm prepared. Ito pala mangyayari ngayong araw. So, I can plan my stop loss and take profit ahead of time. Ayan. Okay? And aside in the pivot points, ito rin ginagamit ko na indicator, eh. Lalo na, very simple lang 'to. Yan, ginagamit ko rin talaga na indicator, ito lang, moving average. 'Di ba, yung kadalasan kasi guys, when you're using moving average, ginagamit mo lang 'yan kung may retracement or it's a long term strategy, or gusto mong malaman na if the chart went down below sa 200 MA, ayun, there's a crisis happening. And guys, ito din. Ito din yung gusto kong ano, so ito din yung gusto kong i-discuss with you guys. Ang maganda rin kasi sa Elliott Wave, nagkakaroon ka ng projection. Okay, ito medyo ano 'to, eh, medyo updated ko 'to na ano, eh, yan. Medyo updated ko 'to na number, yan. So, maganda sa Elliott Wave kasi may long-term projection ka. Itong trend-based Fibonacci extension. Starting from number 2 yung base, 3, base ng ano, yan. So, in the long run, I'm expecting the Solana to reach $543. Oh, laki nun, 'di ba? Yan, at the golden ratio of 1.618. Okay? Gano'n siya guys, na may projection. Kahit dito sa gold. Alam ko sa gold na-hit na di ko lang alam kung na-hit na ba yung gold, pero alam ko parang malapit na, eh. Kahit tignan mo nga ito, below ng wave 1 pati wave 2, na-hit na, 'di ba, ng wave 3. Nakailang retracement na 'yon. From here to there to there. Oh, 'di ba nakadalawang extension siya. Tas dito naman, no, oh, 3, 4, ayun. So ang ito guys, abangan natin, 'no? Di natin alam baka mangyari 'yun, 'no? This is just a forecast ng pivot point, 5,848. Wow, taas nun. Eh, ngayon nasa 49 na tayo. O sige, paano mo malaman ng immediate ano niyan, immediate forecast? O ganito lang guys, is isipin niyo para kayo nagdo-drawing ng letter P. Start with the bottom, go to higher, yung wave 1, then wave 2 pababa. Na-hit na niya pala. Kasi yung 1.618, 4572. So tinama na yung 2618 na 4926. Okay? So next target, next stopover 5280. Oh, taas nun ah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so good question. Okay, so in this case, should there be any trigger or parameter or even a guide so we know this might be a valid proof? Okay, ayun. Good question. Ganito po 'yon. Para malaman mo po na establish yung wave band nun, balik po tayo doon kanina. Okay? 'Di ba ito? Ito yung wave 1, 'yan. Kung tingin mo po medyo duda ka pa, it's like hesitant ka sa ano, puwede mo po ibaba yung time frame. Tapos puwede mo po siyang i-chart sa lower time frame, 'yan. Puwede kang maglagay dito, 1, 'di ba, gano'n. 1, 2, puwede 'yan, 2, 3, ganyan, 4, and 5. Yan, ganyan po siya. Okay, yan yung mga parameters as long as you find a pattern, tapos sa smaller time frame na naano mo siya, nagawa mo siya ng pattern, then it will be fine for you. Then that's the right thing to do. Kumbaga tama yung pattern yan. Kasi 'pag sa lower time frame din, hindi mo siya ma-graph, hindi mo siya malagyan ng matinong count, then it might be wrong. So, yun lang po yung masasabi ko diyan in Elliott wave. So, hopefully po 'no, marami po kayong naintindihan today. So, this is just only a crash course in the Elliott wave principle, and ito kadalasan po guys, isa ko rin talaga na strategy aside from the technicals is by using fundamental analysis talaga. So, I am creating a good healthy skepticism in myself na I have a balanced approach lalo na sa TA and sa fundamentals. But most of the time actually I use Elliott wave in making decision lalo na in my ano portfolio management, okay, sa consultancy. So actually guys, yun din po talaga yung ano ko, forte ko, no. I like stability kasi. I like medium to long term view. Kasi that's how I am built eh. Gusto ko in the long run, there's clarity and I know where I am going. At least kung if doesn't move along, hindi siya tumama, madali po akong mag-adjust. Yun yung pinaka ano ko diyan, yun yung pinaka key takeaway ko in using Elliott wave. Yun, thank you po Sir Paulo De Jesus for your question. Okay lang po yun guys, feel free to ask question kasi when we ask questions, like I'm very happy about that. I'm delighted about that kasi we are learning a lot and I'm happy kasi we are learning the lesson. Don't worry po, basic pa ito, no? Basic pa ito. At least crash course lang para kahit po sa inyo, kahit sa isang oras tayo nag-aral, at least po naintindihan ninyo ganito po lang Elliott wave. Madali lang siya, hindi siya yung it's not just a random number there, no? Hindi po gano'n. Yes, as long as there's a valid impulse wave, yun, correct, tama po yun. Ayun, yan, tanong po ni Sir James, no? Sir, in what instance hindi pwede gamitin ng Elliott wave? Bigyan kita example. Ito, Euro USD. Taasan mo pa ng time frame yan, gawin mo 1 month yan. Ito, hindi malinaw eh. Actually nga ito puwede mo i-wave 1 pero sa'kin hindi ito papasa. Sa totoo lang 'no, hindi ito papasa kasi sophisticated. Pero siguro kung ano lang, baka dito. Ano pa yung mga hindi puwede? Yan, saan ba 'yan? Ito, 'yan. 'Di ba ganyan, yung mga ganyang pattern sa crypto, 'di ba? You cannot use that, wala 'yan. Yung biglang dump, you cannot use that, 'di ba po? Ano pa, oil, gamit na gamit ang oil guys, ha. Wag kayong mag-alala sa oil. Nagkaroon lang 'yan ng retracement, may wedge lang 'to, lilipad din 'yan. Oh. Ano pa yung 'di magamit, ito Shiba Inu, sayang 'to guys, kasi dati ine-elite wave namin 'to, pero nung laging tinatamaan yung ibaba, we rejected, wala na. We don't use it anymore na. Example ito, stablecoin, you cannot use that in stablecoin, 'di ba? But if you're more on the treasury side, you are looking always in the yields. Kasi the yield curve will dictate everything. Gano'n siya guys. Ito din sa VIX, you cannot use that in VIX, no? Kasi parang scare indicator 'to, no? You cannot use this. Okay, so yun lang naman guys, and thank you po for listening and attending our session today. And I'm very happy majority of us learned a lot here in our discussion. And see you soon, no, in our next activity in the CTA. Yeah. Thank you very much po. And you can follow us, okay? You can follow us in our official social media pages. I have LinkedIn, okay? You can follow us there. My name is, there you go, Joseph Lejarde. So I haven't updated my LinkedIn for a while. And we also have our pages, okay? Our Facebook page, Wizkid Trader in Facebook. There, you can follow me there in LinkedIn. Yes. Yes, good afternoon, Ma'am Rose. Yes, I remember you. You're one of my CSSC batchmate. That was 3 years ago, right? I remember that. Nice seeing you again po. And we discussed before, right? Naalala ko, derivatives pa yung topic natin dati nun eh. Derivatives 101. Yes po. Ingat po kayo and have a great day po.